Dear student, in the last class, we found out how Oedipus represents every man. In today's class, we'll try to point out the hamartia or tragic flaw in Oedipus. Oedipus Rex is a brilliant tragedy composed by Sophocles, and hamartia or tragic flaw is the severe flaw in the hero's character that is expressed very clearly in Oedipus. What was the hubris or hamartia of Oedipus? Hamartia, Aristotle says that ideal tragic hero is a man not preeminently virtuous and just, whose misfortune, however, is brought upon him not by vice and depravity, but by some error. This some error is hamartia. It may be an error of judgment, or a moral fault, or an inherent human weakness. Due to this hamartia, the hero welcomes tragedy. Either consciously or unconsciously he commits it. Oedipus was once suffering from the chastisement of hubris, and for the time being at least, he seemed to lack piety, and that brought about immense suffering. Laius was forbidden by Apollo to beget a child who would spell disaster for him. When therefore Oedipus said that he, Oedipus, was born of impurity, he must be referring to the disobedience of his father to the divine mandate. To the disobedience of Laius is added the impiety of Oedipus. It was pride that was Oedipus' hamartia. The man who had loving children, wealth and property, honor and reputation, and all that makes life worth, was reduced to a life of shame and humiliation, and became an object of pity of all and sundry. If Oedipus would not misbehave with Creon, or be insistent to know the unknowable truth about his birth, he would be able to free from the blame of hubris. Thank you. Dear students, hamartia is an error or a tragic flaw for which the tragic hero falls the zenith of his success to the nadir of his misery. It is also known as tragic flaw. Dr. Faustus' excessive thirst for unlimited power and pleasure in Dr. Faustus, King Lear's error of judgment in King Lear, Hamlet's indecision in Hamlet, Macbeth's soaring ambition in Macbeth are the causes of their tragic doom. Each of those flaws is known as hamartia. If the flaw is pride or excessive pride, it is called hubris. In fact, Oedipus represents people who are often wise but also foolish. He represents people's strong longing for home and know the truth about themselves. Oedipus has a strong sense of hubris as well as pathos, in which, like all of us, guides his motivations and experiences. In one scene, both Oedipus and Tiresias accuse each other of blindness and arrogance. These are the traits of human being or all people that share. blindness of the truth, and excessive pride. And these flaws causes the immeasurable sufferings or downfall of human being. Now I'm leaving some questions for you to make your answers. Question number 1, what is tragedy? Number 2, what is hamartia?